Welcome to Slipways. This is a game that I happened over thanks to a friend of mine who tipped me about it, and I have played it a couple of times now and decided that I just have to make a couple of videos on this one. Slipways was released on the 3rd of June 2021, and the closest genre description I can give of the game is that it is a turn-based 3x game. That is, a 4x game where combat has been removed. It is very much a brain teaser where you have to consider your actions and plan carefully how to expand your empire. The game heavily challenges you with puzzles for how to achieve the best path to optimize your empire. I feel that this little text that the Space Game Junkie curators on Steam wrote about the game is very descriptive. Take the essentials of a 4x game, remove combat, distill it down to its essence and add plenty of variation. Then make it something of a puzzle game and you have Slipways, a truly astounding game. I know many who are not too fond of the micromanagement that the 4x genre involves, and this is another place where Slipways excels, as there is not micromanagement here. Whenever you take an action, it has immediate consequences, and one single run takes only about 40 to 60 minutes, instead of the normal hours and hours, even days, that you will spend in a 4x game. The standard gameplay mode is the default mode of the game. There are 4 different gameplay modes that I'll show you shortly. In the standard gameplay mode, you have 25 years to build the best empire you can, and every single action you do take a certain number of months to finish, as you will see when we get into the game. With that brief, at least by Caledon standards, presentation of the game, let's take a look at this very enjoyable and very fun game, and I hope that you will enjoy it together with me. First of all, let's have a look at the settings. They are fairly bare bone. You have video settings, where you can choose between windowed, full screen and borderless window. You have the resolution, you have the background quality, you have anti-aliasing, and you have post-processing. It's that simple. Audio, you have volume for a master, you have music, you have sound effects, and you also have mute in background, which is kind of opposite to the normal one, which usually says play in background. But if you wanted to play in the background, make sure that this one is not ticked. UI, you have language. Here you have, I think that's Chinese, German, English, Spanish, French, and Polish. UI scaling, which goes from 70 to 125%. I kinda like 100% here. Show tutorials. Stable probes, we'll get back to that. I have that ticked. And numbered months, we'll also get back to that. I also have that ticked. And that is it. Now, when you press start game, you are met with this screen. You have 4 different game modes here. And when you first play the game, only the standard run is open. To open the endless and the campaign mode, you have to complete a standard run and you have to get at least 3 out of 5 stars in your empire. And that makes sense based on my experience with the game. It's not that hard to achieve. For the ranked runs, you need to get 4 stars or better in a standard run to unlock this mode, and this apparently is to compete for high scores with other players around the world on predefined map. Now, we will go with the standard run, and I am going to use a very specific seed. You can zoom around here, but I want to do a specific seed because I've actually looked for a specific seed so that I can present the game without getting too confused, because this game is definitely puzzly. So this is the seed that I will be using, JJB MXUYFWABD, and you can choose if you want. Say, you have 4 difficulty levels. Forgiving, I'm going to play on that. You have reasonable, you have challenging, and of course you have a tough. Now we'll start on forgiving. You can also randomize just clicking this. Let's accept the sector and we'll move on to the next screen here. This is where you select your council. You have 3 races and 2 perks. And Each of these races provide various technologies, because the technology tree is built based on your council. And you can also pick from 2 perks of each of your council members, so you'll have a total of 6 perks to choose from when you have set up your council. And those give you special perks, yes, that applies to that specific game. Now, you have the Vatori, which is the sciencey guys. You have the Bakar, who are the mining and energy guys. You have the Silthid, who are the productivity and industrial guys. You have the Dender, who are the life and adaptation and I guess the Gaia folks. And then you have the Aphorians, who are the deal brokers of the galaxy, aka the credit herders and traders. Now I'm going to go with the Vatori. The Vatori gives these 6 technologies and these 2 perks. Note that these perks can change depending on, I think, the seed. We are also going to go with the Bakar, which gives these 6 technologies. And these technologies, as far as I've been able to tell, no, they actually change too, because I can't remember having seen that. And then we'll go with the Dender. Each of these technologies are ranked into tiers. We will get back to that when we get back into the game, but this one is tier 0. Then we have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and 2 tier 4 technologies. And that goes for all of these, as you can see. Now the perks. Get 10 additional research at the start of the scenario. That is not a bad perk. For every 4 planets you discover, you get 1 science. When you deliver minerals, gain 8 credits. It will be possible to establish mines on 80% of all lava, desert, and ice planets. I'm going to pick that one. The Dender, you have prosperity, reduces the number of imports/exports required to upgrade for prosperous, which is the ultimate level a planet can achieve. Or planets producing a people or food pay no upkeep. I'm going to go with the prosperity perk here, and that means we have our 3 races and our 2 perks. You may wonder why I picked these. You'll most likely understand as we get into the game. So, with that said, let's start the game. And this is what we start with. I'm not sure if we are at the center of the galaxy, probably, since this seems to be the black hole. Let's just do a quick rundown of the UI. Now, you have your council up here, and also the empire size. I do apologize if there is noise in the background. The construction workers are still here, but they're not doing very much, so the noise should be at a minimum. Now, occasionally some kind of a saw, wooden pieces, and some pipes for the ventilation system. Over here you have your happiness, you have your science, you have your credits, and you have your date. Notice that it says 12 months remaining until the end of year. The .01 is the option that I enabled, numbered months. If I remove that, you can see that that disappears. I prefer having that on since, yeah, it's nice to know. Game ends in 34:26, so down here you have, as you've already seen, the options. You have construction. Here we can produce a laboratory. That's the only thing we can produce for now. You have technology. Now, technology is a little bit strange in this game, but I really do like how they have made this work. Tier 0 and Tier 1 are the ones that are open to us from the beginning of the game. And as you can see here, we have deep drilling. Mines on mineral planets produce 1 additional minerals and yield 30% more income. We have hydroponics, which means we can use robots They are very cute, those icons. On arid and desert planets to get food. We have solar superconductors. This is a very, very good technology, which I am definitely going to take. It unlocks a solar farm, which takes electronic chips and convert them into energy. And as you can see there, energy accepted by any planet fulfills and replaces the first unmet need of that planet, regardless of its type. That is a very, very powerful technology. In Tier 1, we have infrawave detection, which gives us infrawave station structures, which I assume pop up here. I've never built them. Takes 10 credits to build and 1 month, reveals a large area around itself and probes all signals encountered, so that one seems rather good. We have the asteroid dwellings, which unlocks habitats, which means that you can have food converted into population on asteroids. And then we have geo-harvesting, which more or less just destroys a planet, gives you plenty credits for that. That is actually, it sounds very destructive, but, and it is because the planet disappears, but it is actually also quite important. So this one is also a very good technology. Now, the little quirk about technologies in this game is that when you have researched 2 of these technologies, doesn't matter in what order. If I research this one and this one, Tier 0 is locked. As you can see, invent 2 techs to advance. Once you do, you will lose access to Tier 0. And the same goes down here. To unlock Tier 3, that will lock Tier 1. So you have to make choices here. Which ones of these do I want? And if there are 2 Tier 0 technologies that you really want, you must absolutely take those before you take one of the Tier 1 technologies. Finally, we have the statistics. This is your score. Now, you get points for the amount of planets. As you can see, you get 80 for established planets, you get 160 for successful planets, and you get 320 for prosperous planets. You have the legacy. Each of the legacy points is worth 50 points. To get legacy, complete tasks given to you by the council. You have the empire size. Each increase in empire size is worth 400 points. And then you have the happiness. Happiness is kind of important because this is the multiplier of your score at the end of the game. And also the difficulty gives you higher score as far as I've been able to tell. So currently we have 0 points. Then you do have some rather nice tutorials. So if you buy the game and you decide to play it and I've missed anything in this video, this will probably be 2 episodes. Then you can always go through this. It's very good in terms of explaining the game, so... But with all of that out of the way, let's start the game. Now, what you want to do first is send out probes. Probes, you just hold down the left mouse button, because all of these blue-black circles are signals. This is a strong signal. This is a medium signal. This is well, now I actually spent 2 months, but that's fine. And that was a weak signal. Some of these may be fake, and there is a perk that you can get from the council that just removes all of the fake signals, which I like. To move around, you just use the right mouse button. So let's start by exploring this. Now you may remember that I set up my setting to have stable probes. If I turn that off, note how the probe thing wobbles. Now here that isn't a problem, but I prefer to have them stable because that gives me or rather, it does give me, without doubt, very stable area that I will see. Okay, so now we have researched or discovered a little bit. We have spent 6 months on that. So now, let's have a look at the planets that we have available here. We have an Earth-like planet here. It's good. We have jungle planet here. 2 forge worlds here. We have an ice ball here, and the only reason I can do this mining on this one is because of the perk that I chose from the council. Without that perk, I would not be allowed to do anything with this planet. It would just say, I have any planets that doesn't enable me to do anything? No. Now, the Earth-like planets are the easiest ones to deal with because they only require food to get to level 1, whereas, for instance, a jungle planet will also require electronic components. So, and these are the cute robots. I really like icon of those. If I should try to... No, I will. As you colonize planets, your field of vision also expands, and the probes can be sent out from the nearest planet. So, but let's have a look at this. This one is very likely going to be our first colony. Now, you can just right-click here, and it just shows you this. Whereas if you actually click it, you do the action. As long as you do not explore anything with probes, you can always click undo. The same thing if I do that right click. Now this is here and it's ready for me to click on, so I can click on it again, but I will undo because I want to set up how am I going to supply this planet first and foremost. And it looks like I'm going to have a little bit of a difficulty with that because I can't see this one, no actions available. If I hold down Alt, you can see the slipways that a planet is able to provide. Now, one of the challenges in the game is that slipways cannot intersect. So, if I have a slipway going, say, from that planet to that planet, not that that is an option here. Let's there. If I have a slipway going from between these two, I cannot have a slipway going that way because they cannot intersect. How am I going to do this, I wonder? Now, I do know a little bit of what I need, so I need food. I cannot get food from there. I can get food from there. Yeah, this looks good. This takes 1 population and turns it into robots. And then this ocean planet takes 1 robot and turns it into food in an algae farm. So here we have a good start. So let's just begin with that and do that. Note that this now has a red flag. That means that the planet is struggling. As you can see up here, or rather there's a resource shortage here. That gives me -2 happiness per year. So that is per year, but we are going to continue with this one. You can see that that also changed it. Now we need to make a slipway. So just click the planet, drag, and poof. Now this planet went to being established, which means that it is no longer making issues with our happiness. Let's upgrade this to an algae farm and then do a slipway there and a slipway there. And here we go. Now I have 3 planets connected. All of them are in the state of established, which is exactly what we want. And our happiness is back up to 98%. We have no unemployment currently. Well, we have 2 unemployment currently, but that is also the only happiness modifier we have currently. Now, as you can see, we now require goods if we want to continue this planet. We do have another food here, but if I want to get more food to this planet, because as you can see, if I want to get it to level 2 or level 3, well, I do have that perk that actually changes a little bit of that. They require 1 less. Sure. Yeah, they want extra resources. So I want to get goods. Goods is not that hard to get. Can I connect? Yes, I can connect to all of these 4 planets. This planet is going to provide us with minerals, that is good. This planet is definitely going to provide us with minerals. And then this planet up here, that is interesting. Because it does require food, but it also requires electronics. And a forge world can provide electronics. So I might do it like this, because then I can get goods to both of those planets if I want to colonize that. And now you can see that it shows all of the slipways, but ignore that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mine this planet, connect it up. Then I'm going to make a goods factory on this planet, connect it up, and then connect that to our first connected or firstly colonized world. And boom. Now this planet is successful. Note that our happiness is now up at 99% because planet prosperity is giving us +1 heart or happiness. All of the planets get various names. This is a Hive world, for instance. Now, you can also see that the next level of this planet, which is the final one, is prosperous. And if you have a prosperous planet, that means that you get extra victory points, as I mentioned earlier. But this planet, to reach the level of prosperous, we need to have 5 imports and exports. Currently we have 4. And a slipway doesn't automatically mean that the planet is trading on the route, because you can see these coming in and going out, which is the trade or import/export. This planet is exporting people, and it's importing food, and it's importing goods. And you can see here on the slipways what they are getting on that route. Now, if this planet were to require more food, even if I have 2 food here, a slipway will not transfer more than 1 of those. So the other food needs to go somewhere else if I want to use it. And if I get to use it, I need this one to have minerals, and I also need to have 2 more routes. So 1 import route for the minerals and 1 export route for the food. However, we have gotten some tasks now from the council. And these are quite important. So we have a council task from the Vatori. We need to improve our yearly science output by 3. We have a task from the Bakar to explore the designated area. You can click this. It is very unlikely that we are going to be going all the way down there. So I don't think I'm going to take that task. But the Dender task is very interesting. So we'll take the Dender task. And I probably should have done this earlier, but recording, you forget things. And then this one from the Vatori. Now this will give us a total of 10 of these victory points. Basically, they will give you science, they will give you credits, depends on the task. The first time you complete a task for one of the council members, it does unlock their options. I'll get back to it. Let's accept these tasks. And now we need to explore more planets, because this one is a very, very interesting planet for colonization. But as I said, I cannot do this. It is both obstructed. You can see that there's... yeah, it's not very hard to see that it's obstructed. So, I'm going to explore these planets. That doesn't look like a very good planet. This one would give us food, but we would require robots. And the closest point we have robots is down here. But there's also a limitation, like... that's about how far Slipway can go. Without technology, there are technologies that increases the range. I'm not sure if I have any of them. Let's see. You do have slip relay structures that lets you connect planets that you cannot reach directly with the Slipway. That's a nice one. How do I want to do this then? Let's that one. Oh, that's another Forge World. These three. Swamp World. Well, that might solve the issue. I would like to use this Forge World as well, but... So if I have that... Now, on this planet, I can make robots. And on this planet, I can make a wetland farm. I like to plan this out. So, in case I didn't explain, I think I did. You right-click to plan, and you left-click if you just want to build. So by this, I am going to have everything I need for this, actually. Do note that when you've placed down a slipway, that's it. If you have placed down a slipway or colonized the planet and the undo action is gone, you cannot do anything with that planet or slipway. It's there and that's it. Even the planet destruction thing doesn't work. You can only use that on planets that are not populated or in use. So you have to be careful about what you do here. I'm going to start with this one because I need people. And now this one is struggling. Then I'll take this one next and make a slipway between them. Then I'll take the nanotech factory and make a slipway between these three. Now we need robots, so we'll make that. And then finally we need food. And voila, this planet is now established. And we can already just do this. Poof. And now we have 2 planets that are successful. Which is, if I may say so myself, not bad at all. And this planet already has now the maximum or the necessary trade routes. So we only need, only, quotation mark, to trade with 3 other planets that are successful or better, which is not going to be that easy in this little particular scenario here. Research. Research is very important because it gives you research science. That probably came as a huge surprise to everyone. But I'm not going to build a laboratory until I have been looking a little bit more around, because there are only 5 resources you can research. As you can see, makes science when provided with a resource to study, which is mineral, water, algae, I think, electronic chips, and robots. And you also have diminishing returns here, so if you build 2 laboratories that are researching minerals, for instance, you really don't get much benefit. And you cannot tear them down either, and it takes 2 months to build, so you have to be a bit careful here. Colonizing a planet, for instance, that takes 3 months to build. Building a slipway takes 1 month to build. Probing or exploring takes 1 month to do, so always pay attention to what you do here. There's also a 4-bear ruin here, connected with the planet with idle population to explore it, and these can give you some rather nifty bonuses. I think we can connect up that one, but I'm not going to do so just yet. Let's also explore this cluster, and let's explore this cluster. And, of course, we have the asteroids. Asteroids can be exploited for wealth. So this one I can tear down for 18. And if I wanted to build a slipway between those, I would have to do so. Currently, that's not a problem. So I'm just going to leave it there. But I need more minerals in this area here. I'm gonna explore those. No, I cannot. That might be too far. No, it isn't. But careful, careful. That's a long slipway that blocks off very much. There are minerals down there. Can I connect that planet? No. Which means that I probably have to settle this planet if I want to do that. having minerals there and there is a little bit inconvenient. Can I connect that planet? Yes, I can connect that planet. However, it's not going to do me much good because this thing takes space. And this is where tearing down planets come into the picture. Because I might have just removed this planet if I had the geo-harvesting technology now, but I cannot. Is there room for a laboratory? So this is going to be difficult because I can't get... I'll build a laboratory there. It's going to block that slipway. And now you can see the puzzle part of the game. It's actually quite entertaining. Let's explore these as well. Now this looks promising. I really do want to get up some research as quickly as possible, though. There is no chance that I'm going to get any more minerals here. This is my best option for more minerals, depending on being able to tear down that planet. But it doesn't really help me that much because I can't place the laboratory. I can. I can indeed. If I place the laboratory there, can I still connect that? Yes, I can connect that, and I can... Well, I cannot connect that because that would block the slipway from there to there. But I think that's a good location for it for now. So this takes one population, and then we'll do mining there. And this. Now this also gives us the opportunity to connect up that planet with minerals, which I might as well do. This one requires water and food. Now we're getting 1 science per year. It's not a lot, but it's something. And we need to produce 3 per turn to fulfill the Vatori task. We also need 1 more population to fulfill the Dender task. Now I'm looking at this area down here. This will give us food. And we have a robot available here. And here we need food. I have no idea what's out here. But if I colonize this planet like this, you see that task complete. That doesn't really help me right now, but you see that there's a lot of planets out here, so this is a way of cheesing this a little bit. So I'm just going to take undo here, and it goes away again, and the task is not completed. The reason why I did that is because if this place was devoid of planets, then I wouldn't colonize. But I'm going to colonize because I have robots, so I can get food. So, boom, and boom, and boom. And then we have that task complete. That gives us Dender options unlocked. And I'm going to connect up that one. We want the Bakar resources unlocked, I think. So we can just leave this for now. It'll just be here until we choose to use it. Sadly, you don't get any score for credits, so that doesn't really do much. But you can see your income here. It's, or if you're going in a deficit, you can see it here. Now we do have the ability to unlock either of these. I'm tempted to unlock that one. This one is a must. I'm tempted to take that, that, and that. These 4. Not sure about the infrawave station. It seems... Well, it is good. No doubt about that. But I think these 4 is the ones that I'm going to go with. So say for instance, oh, this one is a desert. Can I see any arid? Yeah, this one is arid. So I would get another construction option here, where I would be able to use robots, get food. Now hydroponics farm. These guys require chips to make more food. We want to unlock some of these. Hopefully there's a forge world here. Plenty of minerals though. Because we would like to get some goods here. No forge worlds. That is a minor problem. I can't get goods to them. Can I get... well, maybe with the 4 bear ruins. Where are the robots? Or minerals and chips. Can I get water? This might be a good location for... actually, if I can get chips here... I could colonize that other world down there. Then again... I would say that this one is better. Too bad these are opposite sides. This one might be good, then I would have to tear this one down, which is a little ways off. Okay, I'm gonna colonize this Hive world here and give it food. Now this looks better. Here we have a Hive world, we have a remnant world. This arid world isn't that important, but we can get goods here. Also get water. And I might want to have the robots here actually, because that would give me water and I think this is algae. And then I could build a laboratory here. Yeah, this is actually quite nice. If I do... yeah. Sorry about that. I'll do that. Just mute it while they complete. And then I do that. And that. Now here we can get water. I'm gonna mute again. And again, now this one can also get water. Now this one is in successful. And we'll build another laboratory here. People, give water and give it water. And now it's complete. New tasks available. And now we have unlocked the Vatori and we have unlocked the Dender. These can get to the maximum of level 3, as you can see. If I get Vatori to level 2, I get 8 research for free. If I get them to level 3, all Vatori techs are discounted by 20%. The Bakar, it's options unlocked on level 1, that's the default for all of them. Level 2, you get 60 credits and 2 science, and then the discount again on level 3. and here you get 40 credits and 4 science, and then the usual 20 discount. Let's have a look at the tasks. I really want to unlock the Bakar. So we need to get 1 more mineral producing planet to successful. This one is also interesting. Get 2 more. Well, that's difficult. Establish a lab studying, I think it's algae. Sadly, I cannot get water from here to there because this won't work. But now I can... No, I don't have the Bakar yet. It would be nice to have that because of the electronic chips. Can I get food there? Yeah, with the robots. Can I get robots anywhere here? Not really, it would seem. This planet requires... yeah, so there is no point in developing this currently. Okay, I'll take that one. And I think that one is more likely to happen than that one currently. So... now we need to get a mineral producing planet to successful, and that is fairly important to get as quickly as possible because some of these are very nice. This one is very nice, for instance. But getting a mining planet, can't get water up there, nor can I get water there. I can get water up there. But I don't have any people left on this planet that can facilitate that. However, I think that we will end the episode here. And if you do have any questions or comments, as per usual, please do feel free to leave those in the comment section, of course. And yeah, I am enjoying this game immensely. I hope that you guys will enjoy it as well. For now, thank you so much for joining me, and I shall be seeing you all in the next episode. It might actually be 3 episodes for this one. We are about, well, not halfway yet, but that would be 34:15. But we're not 1/3, so somewhere between 1/3 and halfway into the game, or this specific one. And the current status, of course, is that we have 2,920 score and 1 star. So let's see if we can improve that in the next episode. I shall see you all then.